May 1, day ones. Oh, wow. My screen sharing already? I did not know that. Just wanted to be on this screen right here. May 1, day ones. What's up, y'all? So it's been a while since we talked about it, and I wanted to just do a little dedicated kind of video to rehash the plan and answer any questions that you all may have had about the plan, and then put it on paper so that you can start to see it more clearly. All right. So the card play ideal was to use our strengthened numbers. So I'm reading here, okay? So to use our strengthened numbers to secure good deals on those to oh, I could start and rewind, but y'all know me, so I ain't got to. So anyway, to use our strengthened numbers to secure good deals on new vehicles, then use those vehicles to generate income. Bye bye. Got it out. So remember, the strengthened number part is about giving us buying power. So the more of us that go in, the more buying power that we will have. Now, we will be getting these vehicles in our business names. So it will not be on our personal side. It will not affect your personal debt to income ratio. So if you're trying to buy a house or anything like that, it's not going to affect your debt to income ratio. And according to what Hiram, the information that we got from Hiram, they're not going to pull your personal credit. So your personal credit is not going to be a requirement. So what are the requirements? The requirements are you have to have 1 year in business. You have to have one trade line reporting on DMB, Dun and Bradstreet, and Experian. And you need to have a business bank account. Okay. So the strategy again, we're going to secure the vehicles at the plugs that Hiram gave us was Ford Motor Company, Chrysler Corporation, and GMAC, which does like Chevy, Cadillac, GMC, and then Chrysler does Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Chrysler. So, and then on our call the other day, he gave me BMW, which I don't know if he meant to give me that or not, but I put BMW on the list. I don't even like BMW, but baby, listen, I went to my local, he said it had to be certified pre-owned. So I went on my local BMW website and they had certified pre-owned 2022 BMWs on there for like $30,000, and they only had 22,000 miles on them. And I'm like, wow, if we can get one of those and put those on the platform, because if at 30,000, talk them down some, add the tax. Let's say we're at 33 ish, between 33 and 35. I know the car payment is only $600 a month. So unless they gave us like some crazy interest rate, but that is also why we are going to use the power of numbers so that we can get an 8% or less interest rate. At 8% or less, I know what that math is. And so we would do 8% or less, 72-month loans. Again, now you have to watch the Toro. Oh no, okay. I was going to tell you watch the Toro video to understand the exit strategy, but I'm just going to give it here. I'm gonna finish going over this part first and then I'll talk about that. So he told us that this play will work at with Ford products, all the Chrysler products, GMAC products, and BMW. We'll use our strengthened numbers to negotiate 100% LTV or less. We're not going to put any money down. We're trying to keep our payments as close to $500 a month, probably no more than $600. And we're going to put the vehicles on Toros to start generating income. Now, this $500 a month is a sweet spot. That's about a $30,000 vehicle. We're not doing this to go out and get like, because BMW, that was like, oh wow, that's nice. So BMW is good, but I was thinking of doing this before, BMW, just with the Ford Chrysler products and the GMAC products, because I know that you can get brand spanking new 2024s with like 0 miles on them for $30,000. And again, like I say, at $30,000, I know the math is $500 a month. We're going to keep these cars for, and he said we could do this every 6 months. So maybe in 6 months we'll do it again and, get another round of cars, but we're going to be flipping these cars. I'm starting to think, if you watch my Toro video, I'm starting to think about flipping them every year. That way you can keep the most possible value in the car and keep your fleet updated with the newest vehicles. Because the longer you hold on to a car, right, the less the resale value is. No matter what car it is, it depreciates. Also, the longer you keep the vehicle, the more miles that gets put on it, and there's also the money in the miles. So if we are flipping these cars, first of all, the bank is going to like that, because like, hey, we are a good risk, and we're flipping in and out of these cars faster than, and then they like that. They like to move units. So one of the things that I wanted to mention is we want to negotiate at the 100% LTV also, is because that helps us. That means the retail value that we would be paying is going to be lower than the value. So that means we will have instant equity in the vehicles. So for instance, if the vehicle is a $30,000 vehicle, but we get it for 27, we instantly have $3,000 worth of equity in the vehicle, which means that in a year, or I wouldn't keep these vehicles no more than 3 years. So if you lazy, you know what I mean? Like, you can just keep them for 3 years and let them do what they do. Or if you have an alternative exit strategy like me, I could keep them for longer because I have a dealership and I could just take them, put them on the lot and sell them on the lot and not take a loss, because I can retail them at whatever cost and charge interest and all of those things the same way as the big dealership does. So, I kind of have two exit strategies, and you all have two exit strategies as well, because you have a friend in me. We like Buzz Lightyear and Woody out here. So anyway, did y'all know I was corny? I don't know if y'all knew I was corny, but I am. So so my thought process, so y'all have, we have two exit strategies. Our exit strategies are, we could take them to the auction, sell them, get the wholesale value for them, take them back. So we have three: take them back to the dealership, trade them in for new vehicles, or we could long term them, keep them on the lot for maybe keep them on the market for maybe 3 years, then retail them to a subprime customer, charge them 24% interest, and that be that, make our money that way. And take a down payment, because if we bought a 2024 in 2024 and 2027 or 8, you could still charge a $3,000 down payment for it. It'd probably have 20, 40, 60, 80, about 80,000 miles on it. And a person to think like, that's a great deal. Put $3,000 down, charge them $600 a month, 24% interest. Then you can take that contract and sell it to the bank, and the bank will give you 80 cents on the dollar. So you still get out of 80 cents on the dollar of the retail cost. So you still get out of the car. So that was a lot. And that is a very advanced strategy, right? Like, we definitely have, you all have access through me to do that. I don't want to blow your minds with like the possibilities, for real. I just want to keep it simple, right? Because I'm not into the game of like, it don't mean like, I'm already 4 cars in 2.5 years. So this is not a pitch. Like, I don't get anything out the deal. I don't know these people. Like, I'm just trying to make a relationship with them. So my palms is not getting greased in any kind of way. Like, this is just something I'm super passionate about, which is vehicles, car sales, and rentals, because that's the area I'm in. And I know there's money there. And I know that all of you, none of us ain't made no money on our investment except for Kelvin probably, but none of the rest of us have made any money on our investment. I'm gonna backtrack that statement. I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, because it's not like I've talked to each and every one of you. I don't know what y'all doing, but what I'm gonna tell y'all is, I ain't made no money back on my $10,000 investment yet. And this piece of information that they have given us gives me the most hope at being able to generate back some income, right? Because the other things are going to take a while because everybody I keep running into don't have good credit. So we got to go through that process, right? Or their business is new, or their business ain't right, or they're, so it's all a process. So sometimes you got to put your oxygen mask on first, and that is what we are doing here. We're putting our oxygen mask on first. So again, this is not a sales pitch. I'm not going to be offended. I don't feel any kind of way, right? So anyway, you can, so if we put these, so I use the $500 to $600 a month because those are not expensive vehicles. We would have instant equity in the vehicles, which makes it better when we go to sell the vehicle. And then I like to make you aware of all the possible outcomes, right? Worst case scenario, we go to sell the vehicles and we don't get quite the value that, so if we still owed 27,000 and we only got 26,000 or something like that, then we might have to put 1,000 with that if we wanted to get totally out of the vehicle. So I always say there's always a possibility of your of a down payment being on the back end. But would you rather pay a down payment on the front end when you ain't even got the car, or would you rather pay the down payment on the back end after you've had the car and you've made money on the car? So now the down payment isn't as bad. I do recommend new vehicles, so for me, I chose 2023s in the beginning of 2024 because a lot of the depreciation has happened. Because once it, but I still did certified pre-owned vehicles, uh, and I would do that again. But I'm also becoming more open to 2024s as well, only because of that exit strategy, that take them and get them and put them on Turo and make our money for them. Like, we do not fall in love with cars. I repeat, we do not fall in love with cars. Cars are vehicles to help us to feed our family. And my text messages blow it up. Always when you get online, somebody want to talk to you. Now, where was y'all at all day? So anywho, yeah, so we don't fall in love with cars. Like, we don't fall in love with cars. And the other thing I was gonna say is, like, some of you already have cars. If your car is nice enough and it meets the Turo requirements, then you can put your car on Turo and drive a new car if you want to. That's totally up to your preference. Um, but you just want to make sure that it's gonna, make you the same dollar amount as you would. And I think $30,000 is also a safe number because at, $1,000 a month, we know we'll still make money. And from my 2.5 years of experience, I consistently make $1,000 a month per vehicle. That's what that's what Turo pays me. Like, they make way more than that off of me. In the Turo video, I gave you some tips on how to make sure that your vehicle stays rented. So while I can't guarantee that your vehicle will rent, I can kind of guarantee that your vehicle will rent. You know what I mean? I also have extended the opportunity for you all to send your vehicles to Ohio, and I will manage them, and we can do a profit share with that if you don't want to deal with it and whatever. The insurance thing. So you all will need you can get you just need your insurance, like an insurance card, when we get there to leave with the vehicles, right? And then after that, it's not like a personal vehicle. Like, they don't even harass you to have a separate policy. And I don't know if that's just because I have a blanket kind of a company policy, but the insurance is on Turo. And even if you want some additional coverage, because Turo only covers the vehicle while it's on rental. Oftentimes, like, sometimes, I guess a tornado could come or something crazy. which I'm guessing if a tornado, anyway. So I guess a tornado could come and the vehicle could be damaged, or you could be driving the vehicle to go clean it or something, and something could happen to it, right? So there is another insurance that I use, and it's only $98 a month per vehicle. And so that saves me a lot of money versus putting full coverage insurance on a brand new vehicle. And I don't know what you all's insurance risk report looks like if you've had a lot of claims, if you're not a great driver, stuff like that, because those kind of things come into play when you get personal insurance on vehicles. And not only that, but we do not want personal insurance on 4 brand new vehicles. It is going to slap us all in the face. So $98 per vehicle per month if you choose that additional coverage. Also, the reason why I like the newer vehicles is because they come with the warranties already. Now, the problem with the warranties are, because we're renting them, the miles is gonna eat up the warranty. So let's say if it's a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty, we might do 25,000 miles in a year on that vehicle, 20,000 miles, So that's another reason why we really don't want to stay in the vehicle for a long time, because, and I also, the not getting, getting new vehicles saves me from having to buy the additional warranty. We are calling you about your car's extended warranty. You don't have to get the extended warranty because you have an exit strategy, and the car is still covered, and it helps you to save on the loan to value, because what they do is, if that warranty is $3,000, they put that. So now let's say the vehicle was $30,000, the warranty is $3,000. Now you're at $33,000 that you're financing, whereas we trying to work the other way. But again, I tell you all, it's all about your tolerance for risk. I'm a little more tolerant for risk because I'm in the vehicle industry. I know that cars were built to break down. Like, it's not the end of the world if the car breaks down. If somebody hits a pothole and cracks the rim, and like, it's just a part of life. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, I've been sitting on the side of the road, cool as a cucumber, because I don't be worried. Like, it's a car. They are built to break down. It's just like every other thing that is manufactured, it is built to break. So if you are nervous about if the car ever gonna break down, well, with a newer car, that's gonna limit some of your risk. But some new cars do break down. They do still have problems, right? But maybe you should just ride the bus, because if you scared of your car breaking down, it's not if, it's when. It's always, there's always a possibility. But with your newer cars, really, you just have to keep up on the maintenance, the brakes, the tires, and the oil changes. Then that's that. And you don't even have to get expensive tires put on them, because remember, we're not driving these for ourselves. Uh, and so, yeah, so if we can get 4 vehicles, and each of the, and I'm assuming that a BMW would probably do more. Now, I will have to do a little more research into the BMW thing, on Toro, like what kind of numbers could you charge? But I'm sure, again, if you charge Nissan money or Chevy money for a BMW, it would stay rented out. Like, somebody probably would just keep it, right? And be like, this me. So, worst case scenario, you could still do that. But I'm thinking they would probably rent a little higher. But I probably will do a little research more on the BMW. Like I say, Hiram just threw that at me the other night, and I'm like, wow, really? Like I say, I don't prefer BMW only because I don't like the sports steering. Like, I like real easy, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like that little stiffer conventional steering that they have. So I've never been a BM. I'm not a Beamer girl, you know. So, anywho, I think I went through everything, so you understand the concept of how the no money down part will work, negotiating the 100% LTV. So if the not so if we go right now, or in, close proximity of now, the new vehicles are coming out, so they're going to be super motivated to get rid of any old inventory they have so that they can get new. Also, if we go towards the end of the month, they want to make monthly quotas so they can get bonuses. They want to make halfway through the year bonuses. So now is a really good time to go, and all of the 2025s are about to drop in July. So now is a good time. Like, I believe that they're gonna want to they're gonna want to uh do business with us. And as long as we can get at least 7 to 10% under the loan to value, we should be fine. Because what's going to put us at 100, like if we can get the retail price at 7 to 10% under 100,000, then that means we under 100%, then that means we get out the door at 100% finance and we don't put any money down, because we have to account for taxes, and taxes are going to be according to what state you live in, right? So for me here in Ohio, it's 7.5%. So, you know what I mean? Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if we can just get 7 to 10% off of that retail price, which you think about when you think of it, on a $30,000 vehicle, that's $3,000. They'll find it. They'll make it work, especially if it's 8 to 10 of us or 5 of us. You know what I mean? Like, if it's 3 of us, they gonna do it. So if it's one, they gonna do it, because I'm gonna go in there and they gonna give me what I want, because I know, because they've done it before, right? So that is that. Not gonna take up too much of your time. And so, yep, strengthen numbers on your business. One trade line reporting on DNB and Experian. Your business bank accounts. No money down. We talked about the cars. We want to keep that we're keeping that payment there, because even if we make $1,000 a month, so at $4,000 a month, we will be pocketing $2,000 a month. So again, this is not a get rich plan. And you can just do one if you just wanted to do one. Like, no, again, I'm going. I don't have no handcuffs on y'all. I'm not trying to convince you for real. Like, y'all my friends and I like y'all. So, you know what I mean? Like, hey, let's get it. I've always, I ain't gonna say I always felt like, but I really feel like there's enough money out here for all of us. So what God has for me, you can't take it. That's just what it is. Like, you can't take the money that God has for me. So I'm not afraid of you making money, because God, you gotta make some more. That's how I feel. Like, oh Lord, you gave them 100,000, and that must mean you gonna give me 200, or you gonna make some more, because God loves me like that, and He loves you all too. So anyway, but yeah, so the real impact will be on the quantity. And then, like I said, if we go back in 6 months and do it again, then now we each have 8 cars in our fleets. And even if we made half of that, we had $4,000 a month. But if you just get one, and let's just say, let's just say you need lunch money for your kids for the week, or let's just say you only need an extra $500 a month, or let's just say you nervous and you scared and you want to be conservative and you just want to do one. That's fine, but just know that $500 is probably about what you can expect to gross. And remember, every couple of months you'll need an oil change, which is not expensive, because those can be negotiated as well. And you so I don't know. If you have any more questions, let me know. Otherwise, May 1 day ones, baby. We about to get it one way or the other. But we need to start generating some income. Talk to y'all soon.